let me kind of show you what happens to get this set up. You guys would have this little application here that says MobileAssessor Lite on it, and it's pretty simple to use. You can control, so what you guys could do is you could run a report or get an export out of your system of the data or the parcels that you want to review. And it can just be something as simple as this. Some people want to do address verification, maybe it's grade, condition, style, stuff like that. So you would just go ahead and export that from your system. Once you do that, inside of the MobileAssessor Lite data loader, you would just browse to the location of that file. You would select it, and then there's just an option here to let us know how many rows to ignore. So typically it's going to be your column header. We don't need to load that in, so we don't want to load that as like parcel information. So I can just click on Preview Data. And here I can see that we've got rec ID, parcel ID, and all this other information. So I'm going to tell it to ignore one row of data. That's my header. And then I just have to do some mapping here. And once you do this one time, it's going to keep it in memory for future refreshing of the data. So we need to know on our side, what is your parcel data? What column is that located in? You know, people call it par ID, parcel, PID. You know, we don't know what you're going to call it. So you just come in here and pick what your parcel identifier is. And then you can fill out address information. On this one, some systems have the entire address spelled out in one column. So this address number 4, you'll see in my sample data here, address number 4 is where it's completely spelled out. Other systems will have like the street number, the street direction, the street name, the street prefix, suffix, all broken out separately. So if that's the case, then you would come through and map those as well. Here's my number, here's my name, etc. Once you're ready for that, you've got a couple of options down here. One is to reset the environment. One is to refresh the data. So a reset, that's if you want to basically blow everything away out of the CAMA cloud environment and load it with a fresh set of data. It could be a separate subset of parcels. Say you have 100,000 parcels and you only want to review 20,000 of them, you know, this year. You might just load 20,000. Next year, you would load a different 20,000. The way you would do that is say, I want to reset with a whole different set of parcels. However, a refresh of data, it's not going to blow anything away in the cloud. It's going to update it with any changes that may have taken place through data entry in your system. So imagine that you're out there working on MobileAssessor Lite. You're also making changes in the office, and you've updated 3,000 records between last time you updated the data here. You can just say refresh data. What our system is going to do is it's going to ignore anything that hasn't changed, and it's going to update the stuff in the cloud and MobileAssessor Lite that has changed. Okay? I'm going to say refresh data on this. I'm going to say start transfer, and it goes through pretty quickly, and it's going to load all of that data to the cloud. Yeah, that's done. Now, if I would go and look at the back end here of, so CAMA Cloud kind of runs what you're going to see on MobileAssessor. And this is just all kind of the setup portion, guys. You wouldn't have to do this again after your initial setup. But all of the data that you loaded would be here, and then you can drag and drop the data you want to view on MobileAssessor Lite onto the screen where you'd like to see it. And you can rearrange these screens however you'd like. You can rename these however you'd like. So just come in here and type in different names. So you're basically designing your own mobile app here. And we could help you with this if needed. After that, then the mobile application will build itself, really. And you could end up with screens like this. Okay? There's also a loader for loading your parcel information. It's just the same thing. You just browse, you pick your parcel boundaries, and it's going to load it to the cloud.